At E3 in 2014, Microsoft took to the stage to announce the future of the Xbox One. It was a conference designed to excite, to intrigue, to lay out Microsoft's plan for console domination. It contained premieres of Crackdown 3, Fable Legends, Project Spark, Phantom Dust and Scalebound. Fast forward 2 years, however, and the landscape is a very different one. Of the aforementioned 5 games, 4 of them are dead in the water, and the other one, well, who knows when we're going to see it. Microsoft is clearly facing its biggest challenge since the botched launch of the Xbox One, making the Xbox One a relevant platform for gamers. This generation is a marked difference from last generation when you think about it. The Xbox 360 managed to pull in a lot of platform exclusives from Microsoft, and a lot of them were of a remarkably high quality. There was Blue Dragon, Alan Wake, Left 4 Dead, Fable, Viva Pinata, Lost Odyssey and more besides. And we're talking true console exclusives here, not this timed exclusive bollocks, which barely counts as an exclusive anyway. Even the start of the current generation had its strengths as far as exclusives go. Cast your minds back to the likes of Rise, Son of Rome or Sunset Overdrive. Granted, they didn't exactly become the highlights of the Xbox One's early days, but they were still unique, and more importantly, not sequels. Microsoft is currently relying too much on the likes of Gears of War, Halo and Forza. When there have been new ideas and new IPs in recent years, it feels like Microsoft was pushing a hidden agenda, chasing after that new in thing, buzzword hunting if you must. Quantum Break was designed from the ground up to push the TV and transmedia aspects of the Xbox One, and we saw how well that went. Then there was Fable Legends, which was Microsoft's attempt to chase the free-to-play market. Crackdown 3, where the focus has been on the power of the cloud so far in its PR pushes, and finally Project Spark, Microsoft's attempt to get in on the user-generated content market. You could argue that Microsoft has run out of ideas so much these days that instead of crafting its own new franchises and experiences, it just buys the biggest and the best instead, a la Minecraft. This leaves Xbox One players relying on third-party games, non-exclusives, if they want something fresh, sticking to the Xbox only for the 3 franchises the publisher has become wholly reliant on, Halo, Gears and Forza. Is that enough reason to tempt people to adopt the Xbox as their one and only console? You tell us. So where did it all go so wrong for Microsoft? Well, you could look at the reception of games like ReCore as being symptomatic of the position the publisher finds itself in now. It seems Microsoft exerts a lot of pressure over the developers working on first-party titles, and that can drive some developers a little bit mad. Sources from Lionhead have claimed this was the case when Fable Legends was still in development, and a tweet from Platinum Games' Hideki Kamiya even called the execs at Microsoft those shits back in 2015. Remember that Phantom Dust E3 trailer too? Turns out that wasn't actually made by the developers of the game, and various sources claim that Microsoft was unreasonable with the developer Darkside, pushing tight deadlines and granting them a limited budget. Microsoft's Ken Lobb said the game would be a 30-hour JRPG, which isn't what Phantom Dust is typically famous for. And one thing led to another and the game got cancelled, taking Darkside with it, sadly. So it seems since E3 2014, Microsoft has pulled the plug on at least Scalebound, Fable Legends and Phantom Dust, and that's only the ones that we know about publicly. Who knows what else is going on behind closed doors? Hold Microsoft's exclusive lineup against Sony's and you'll notice a pretty substantial difference. The PlayStation has a slew of pretty cool exclusives coming its way. There's Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding, the rebooted God of War, Insomniac's Spider-Man, Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human, The Last of Us Part 2, Days Gone and more. And these are just first party too. They're smashing it on the third party front as well, with the likes of Persona 5, Nier Automata and the much loved Yakuza franchise. There's more on the horizon too. Horizon, get it? Horizon, Horizon, Zero Dawn, Horizon. Yeah, whatever. Microsoft does have time on its side though. We don't know exactly what the publisher has up its sleeve ahead of the Scorpio launch, and Microsoft's E3 announcements are always quite surprising. Considering how quickly this industry moves, Microsoft could redeem itself in a single day. Imagine if they announced an honest-to-God Fable sequel, not this Legends bollocks. That'd be a good start, at least. As it stands though, the Xbox One is currently looking like a 3-franchise console, Halo, Gears and Forza. And if you have zero interest in those 3 games, there isn't really a lot to tempt you to the platform. The Xbox used to be a console with diversity when it came to exclusives, and these days that landscape couldn't be any further from the truth. Microsoft does find itself between a rock and a hard place though, and if its gambles don't pay off like Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break and Rise Son of Rome, is it any surprise that they're struggling from a first party perspective when it comes to creating its next multi-million-dollar franchise? The Xbox One and Microsoft are almost paying for the faux pas of Don Matrick and the disastrous Xbox One launch he fronted. 2017 seems like the perfect time for Microsoft to step up to the plate and put the disappointments of Scalebound and Co. behind them and deliver what Xbox owners need and deserve, and that's strong first-party exclusives. The PlayStation 4 may be for the players, so perhaps it's high time for the Xbox One to be about the gamers.